Dear Pats Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Come on. Yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation. And the show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, hello. We are back. It's Dear Pats Nation. It's your boy, Toronto's pride and joy, Ray Rout. And that is Boston's resident angry nerd, producer Mike. Welcome to Dear Pats Nation. Game day, Mike. Game day, Michael. The Patriots play today.
Woo!
Of course, they're going to play the New York Giants. So why don't we start right there?
Let's do it.
The New England Patriots are facing the New York Giant football team. That's what they call it, right? What do they call it? Like
Something like that.
the Giants of New York football, something like that. I'm going to jump right into
New
it.
York Football Giants. That's
New
it.
York football Giants. That's it. So listen, the Giants' run defense is one of the worst in the NFL. The Giants' offense relies on their run game. The Patriots got a great run game, and the Patriots' run defense is one of the best in the NFL. The Patriots have the 7th most offensive yards this year. The Giants have let up the 2nd or 3rd most yards, or ranked 30th in the NFL. The Patriots have scored the 5th most points this year, and the Giants have let up the 30th most points. By all circumstances, the New England Patriots should win this game. But let me throw it to you. Do the Patriots win this game?
I think they do. But as always, I am the eternal pessimist. So I think it's going to be a tough game. The offensive line is kind of in tatters tonight. So we'll see what happens.
Do you just run the ball to the outside?
Which they don't do.
Well, then run it. If you're going to run it up the middle, run it to the right side of the line.
Okay.
But no, I'm asking you. Is that what you do tonight?
I mean, I would always run the ball to the outside. You know, this is one of my pet peeves with Josh McDaniels, is constantly running it directly into either the left guard. Yeah, exactly this. The left guard or the left tackle's anus directly. So, we'll see. I hope... yeah, that's my head exploding. Wait for it. 3, 2, 1, and yeah,
That's what I thought of your analogy of anus running.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. But hopefully Travion Henderson has a big game. Ramondre Stevenson 1 week removed from that toe injury. Hopefully is a little better. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a reason outside of the left side of the line being a little beat up that the Patriots lose this game. Listen, if there was a game they should have lost, it probably should have been last week.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So I have full faith in them this week. And I think they saw what happened yesterday with Buffalo. They know that they control the AFC. They control the AFC East. Everything is in the Patriots' hands. You've got tough games against the Bills coming up, tough games against the Ravens coming up. You can't afford to lose a game like this. We're now at that point of the season where the Patriots are in a point where they can't afford to lose a game like this because you have those tough games. You want to build yourself some cushion so you can lose to the Ravens, so you can lose to the Bills and still control the AFC East. I don't know if they can control the entire AFC by dropping any of those games, but at least they know they can control the East. You lose today, both those games, at least one of those 2 games, become must-win games. With the Jets still on the docket, with the Dolphins who are starting to play spoiler a little bit on the docket. Yeah. Originally, we looked at this game and we're like, hey, if there was a game the Patriots were going to lose, it was going to be to the Giants, right? A game they could lose. I think ultimately now it's a game they can't lose.
Yeah, and as good as the Giants' defense and pass rush is, and now given I know Will Campbell wasn't hurt in that game, obviously, but I feel like the combination of the Falcons and Browns that they've played, like all those defenses seem a little bit better, so they should be able to adapt and overcome in this game. I think what would really Drake May would need to have a night like last week, and I just don't see that. I think he's going to be dialed in. You're not going to see that 2 weeks in a row where he's just flat-footed coming out.
Well, and Vegas has faith in the Patriots too. They've got them as a 7-point favorite going into what we're an hour away, an hour and 5 minutes away from kickoff, and they're a 7-point favorite. So I mean, I think that Vegas is doing it. But let's talk a little bit about those injuries. Will Campbell,
Sure.
Jared Wilson. Do we know, is Tonga and Landry, are they playing tonight? Because they were on the do not practice.
They were questionable as of this afternoon, and Garrett Bradbury landed there because of illness as well. So that's another offensive line injury potentially looming there. But I think I didn't hear about them being out. So
the roster should be up now by this point. Usually they talk about the 53. I'm just going to look that up as you talk, but let's talk a little bit about those injuries. Are you concerned? I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but are you concerned going down the stretch now that we got a little bit of light in what's happening with those injuries with the Patriots?
As long as anything doesn't get worse, like as long as we don't see more compounding injuries to like these secondary guys on the offensive line, I think they'll be all right. Their backups are serviceable. It's when you start getting to your third and fourth string guys, I'd be like, oof, So
I have bad news.
Oh boy.
Tonga is inactive for tonight.
Oh, he is inactive. Okay.
And that's tough for that interior defensive line, because that's now their two best interior defensive linemen basically missing from the game. Yeah. So and you've got Landry, who's going to be playing on one foot. So the injury bug has hit the Patriots probably at the worst time of the season. Yeah. It's hit them at a point when they don't want them to be injured, and they're going through it. Now, for all intents and purposes, Will Campbell should be back by the postseason. I think Tonga's probably back next week. Jared Wilson, he's on the IR, or he's just inactive. He could be back by next week or the week after. And I think actually after this week they got the bye, right?
Yeah, so they have the bye next week, so they'll have a good week to kind of rest and.
So at the very least, you get maybe Wilson back the next game.
Yeah, Wilson back. Hopefully Harold Landry can get over a little bit of what's dogging him, although I feel like that's going to be a guy that we see had like some off-season surgery at some point in let's call it March for something that wasn't disclosed at this point.
And Campbell has not missed a game yet. This will be game number 1 for him, which means he will be eligible to come off the roster. I'm pulling up the schedule right now.
Yep.
Because the bye does not count as a week on the IR.
So I think if you look, they can come back at the Jets.
The Giants, Bills, Ravens. No, the Jets will be the 4th week.
Okay, so Milton Williams should be able to come back that week.
So they'll have Campbell back January 4th against the Dolphins, which having Will Campbell back January 4th against the Dolphins, that game could mean everything when it comes to seeding for the Patriots, because as we speak today, I believe, if I'm not incorrect, the New England Patriots are in first, correct? They are. No, Denver's moved back ahead of them.
Technically, yep.
Yeah, so you need Denver to, but if the Patriots win tonight, they move back ahead. But I think that as of the moment, Denver has all the tiebreakers on them, so they need the Broncos to drop a game somewhere.
Yeah, the end of their schedule is on paper is tougher than the Patriots, right? That's the thing we've heard this whole season. So if you go through it, they do have some tough games left. And if the Patriots take care of business here, I honestly think your toughest game left is going to be Buffalo. The Ravens, I don't know if you watched any of that game the other night. Lamar just doesn't look right. I'm not saying he couldn't get healthy between now and 2 weeks, but
that's my concern, is that there's enough time for Lamar to become Lamar again.
Yeah.
So the Chiefs kingdom is absolutely melting down right now.
Oh, boy.
Like they are in a free fall meltdown. This is like they are a team that I think they're 6-6 now on the year. They lost on Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
They're a team that's been to 4 Super Bowls in 5 years or something like that. Like they've been there a lot. I've seen Kansas City Chiefs fans calling to fire Andy Reid. I want to read you a tweet, Mike, that I saw. It's Gandalf Staff, great name. He is a Kansas City Chiefs fan. He wrote one of the funniest posts I've ever seen. It goes,
"Oh boy,
my fixes for the off season: fire Spags, fire Nagy, fire Taub, fire Brett Veach. Give Andy the option to either number 1, retire, number 2, hire a brand new OC and relinquish all control to him. If he refuses both options, fire him. Trade away or cut most of Brad Veach's god-awful second contracts, Bolton, Gray, Taylor, etc. Throw huge money at either Mike Hackey or Matt LaFleur to become the head coach. Convert to play action, run heavy offense from under center. Get rid of the RPO nonsense and commit to running the football.
Oh,
major changes need to happen to this team. They've gotten complacent since 2020 and have been relying on the brilliance of John Dorsey's Hall of Fame draft picks to pick up the slack. Mike, I want everybody in Pats Nation to be clear. This is what you all sounded like during the dynasty. And I hope you all realize how stupid you sounded, because that's how stupid the Chiefs kingdom sounds right now.
So I didn't want to cut you off, but that's exactly what I was thinking. You know, in the middle of, let's call it like 2015, you know, you would have heard something like that.
Mike, I heard this coming off the Super Bowl loss to Philadelphia when the Patriots had gone to 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. Don't forget, 2014, Super Bowl appearance. 2016, Super Bowl appearance. 2017, Super Bowl appearance. The Patriots had won 2 of those 3 Super Bowls, and they were ready to fire Belichick, blow up the team, because they have done it. The Patriots have done a disservice to Tom Brady. So watching Bills fans and Chiefs fans have these meltdowns on a week-to-week basis just reminds me of the glory days in New England, not just with the stupid Boston media, but amongst the Patriots fan base. Yeah. I remember having to come on air week after week after a 21-point win, trying to convince everybody everything's okay. The Patriots don't suck that much. They won by 21 points.
It's hilarious to me just to say like, oh, Andy Reid's not good enough. It's like, it's not. Andy Reid and Steve Spagnuolo are like the 2 best respective coordinators at their positions in the whole football league.
Yeah.
Like period, end of story. Like, I know Andy Reid's the head coach. For somebody who can, oh, he's the head coach, he's not the coordinator. Like, listen, Matt Nagy's just doing the install there. We all know what's going on. This is what happens, like you said, this is a direct quote from you. This is what happens when you draft 30th or 31, 32?
31, 32 every year. They've been they go to every Super Bowl. So they're drafting, if they win, they draft 32nd. If they lose, they draft 31st.
And you know what they haven't been able to do like the last year and change is attract a star because of that winning.
Well,
and enhances the team. That's what
they can't attract a star that's willing to. There's not a guy out there right now who wants to win a Super Bowl.
Right.
But let's also remember too that the stars, and I can't quote this enough, the stars the Patriots, at least offensively, were to attract were like Hogan and Amendola. Like, those were the stars
right.
that the Patriots brought in.
I mean, Amendola was the biggest signing of like 4 years at one point.
He was supposed to replace Wes Welker. Like, that was Belichick's plan. But anyways, yeah. But what you're not getting is the Chris Longs who just want to win a Super Bowl, who's taking the veterans minimum to win a Super Bowl. You're not getting those guys. Your other guys want to get paid. Your quarterback contract. We talked about this last week. It's going to happen with Drake May. But Mike, I want to talk about this. So we went into this season thinking Kansas City probably going to go to the Super Bowl, represent the AFC. We know it's difficult, but if anybody's going to do it and go back to back to back to back Super Bowls since the Buffalo Bills lost 4 Super Bowls in a row, probably going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City's not going to make the playoffs this year. And I feel confident saying that now, because not only do they have to turn it around, a lot of other teams have to collapse in order for them to get into the playoffs.
Path math, Patrick Mahomes sounded dejected the other night too. That was the first time I think after that game he was like, "Yeah, we just have to win out every game at this point." It reminded me of like Tom Brady in 2019 when they were winning, and he was like, "Yeah, we're a great team."
You mean when they were 8-0, and he was the most depressed 8-0 quarterback in the NFL because he saw what was happening in front of him?
He couldn't move the ball offensively. Yeah.
Well, don't forget, that was the Antonio Brown year. That's when things were supposed to be amazing. And then Mohamed Sanu became the guy who never really got it together in New England.
Right.
So Kansas City's not going to make the playoffs, again, unless everybody else in front of them collapses, or at least enough people in front of them collapse. Because when you look at it from a wild card standpoint, Kansas City is 3 points behind, or three teams behind the Houston Texans, who are still not in the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills at this moment have that final wild card position. But so Kansas City's not going to make the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills are not the team they once were. I'm not afraid of the Buffalo. I'm not afraid to play the Buffalo Bills as a New England Patriots fan. Okay, the Indianapolis Colts are finally showing. You want to talk about fool's gold? It just drives me crazy that everybody keeps talking about the Patriots fool's gold, but all these same guys were crowning the Colts all throughout the season. When you and I sat here and continuously said the Colts are not the team that their record is showing right now.
No, and they same thing that has happened to the Patriots has happened to them. That's why this is going to be a big game for the Patriots to show their resiliency, right? The Colts took some injuries, and all of a sudden they don't look like the same team. You know, your big acquisition, Sauce Gardner, plays like 2 snaps and comes up with a hammy or whatever. So it happens this time of the year. You need. That's why Mike Vrabel said it best the other day. No excuses. Everybody has injuries. Everybody has bumps and bruises.
This is next man up territory.
Right.
This is the part of the season that next man up becomes that much more important. Right. So anyways, I go through all these teams. Jacksonville's now taking over the South. Denver's still reigning over the AFC West. Nobody predicted that going into this season.
No.
It was going to be the Chiefs or the Chargers. The Chargers, of course, sitting in second. New England sitting on top. They could be atop of the AFC with a win today. Yep. My question is to you, Mike, looking at the AFC, looking at the NFC, you know, the Eagles don't scare me. The Bears don't scare me. Tampa Bay doesn't. We beat Tampa Bay, or the Patriots beat Tampa Bay, don't scare me. The Rams look okay, but they have the same record as Seattle. Is there anybody in the NFL that you fear right now if you're the Patriots?
I mean, I would say, like, theoretically, like, if healthy, I could say that for every team, right? But, like, no fear, like, absolutely, like, stone cold wouldn't give the Patriots a chance if they played them. Absolutely not. No question. I give the Patriots a puncher's chance against any team. And if fully healthy, I think the Patriots are actually, and I'll say that for, all of these teams. I think the Patriots are better than most of these teams right now.
Can we go through the AFC?
Sure, let's do it.
We kind of did this exercise preseason.
Sure.
Let's go through it now. I just want a simple yes or no.
Yep.
Actually, no. I want the Patriots are better.
Okay.
The Patriots have a chance. The Patriots have no chance if they had to play this team.
Okay.
Let's start with the East. The New York Jets.
Better.
The Miami Dolphins.
Better.
The Buffalo Bills.
50-50 chance.
So they have a chance. Baltimore Ravens.
Chance.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Better.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Better.
Cleveland Browns.
Better.
Jacksonville Jaguars.
Better.
The Indianapolis effing Colts.
Better.
Houston Texans.
Chance. That defense scares me.
Tennessee Titans.
Better.
Denver Broncos.
Better.
Chargers.
Better.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Better.
And the already eliminated Las Vegas Raiders.
Better.
So you gave two teams a punching chance against the Patriots and called the Patriots better than every other team in the AFC.
I think if maybe the Broncos, I would say a chance. If I have to give Houston a chance, I have to say Denver has a chance. Just because those defenses are so oppressive, but I'm not afraid of their offenses. So
I don't think Denver saw an offense like New England.
No. And I think if healthy against Indy, I think the Patriots have clogged the run game up enough all season that Jonathan Taylor won't be able to do anything. So
and then you're relying on Daniel Jones to be your quarterback.
Right. And then you have Carlton Davis came on last week. Hopefully we start to see that light of fire under Christian Gonzalez where he plays a little better. And then it's good luck passing against those two and Marcus Jones.
Let's talk about a former New England Patriot rejoining the AFC East. Mm-hmm. The Buffalo Bills, who desperately needed somebody to stretch the field, bring in Brandon Cook. Mm-hmm. Cook or Cooks?
Cooks.
Brings in Brandon Cooks.
Yep.
I'm going to set that whole thing up again so when it clips, it sounds better. So there's a former New England Patriots returning to the AFC East. The Buffalo Bills desperately needed somebody to stretch the field. They brought in Brandon Cooks. Mm-hmm. Old man Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks, if you remember, was knocked out during the Super Bowl for the New England Patriots in the 2017 season. We are in 2025 at this point. Yep. So, Mike, I want to ask you, this Patriots hand-me-down that the Buffalo Bills have signed, his last Super Bowl appearance was when the Patriots beat his team in the Super Bowl, when the Patriots beat the Rams. Mm-hmm. What is going to be the impact of Cooks for the Bills, and does that make them a better team?
I mean, it does make them slightly better. I think he's gonna kind of be like a Phillip Dorsett. I think Josh Allen is probably going to take a shot or two to him a quarter. So, he might get anywhere from 4 to 6 looks a game, 4 to 8 looks, and he might try to get that deep ball to him.
So he had one catch for 13 yards in his debut against the Steelers.
Yep.
I don't think you could really ask for anything else.
No, especially being new to the team.
So they beat the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Obviously, the star of that game is James Cook.
Yeah.
Josh Allen goes 15 for 23 for 123 yards, an interception, and a touchdown. Steelers defense isn't that good.
No, it's not that good. And actually, I'm going to kind of edit your statement here. I think the star of that game was the Steelers offense, in the sense that they are so incompetent, and it showed on TV, that Josh Allen could really have a bad day and it didn't show. That Steelers offense is terrible.
Should they have started Mason Rudolph?
I don't think it would have made a difference, but maybe you would have had one more touchdown or field goal or something. I don't know. That offense looks lost. It reminds me of the Matt Patricia offense.
In 2019, there was a 6'4", 229 pound wide receiver available in the draft. His name was DK Metcalf. Instead, the Patriots took N'Keal Harry. All I heard for years following is that the Patriots could have signed DK. They could have drafted DK. DK went 3 catches for 32 yards. If you don't have quality, it doesn't matter who the receiver is. Correct, Michael?
Correct. We've seen it before.
Thank you for your contributions to that conversation.
Well, so I'm just, you know me, I was on this train in the offseason. Give him Drake May. Give DK Metcalf Drake May as a quarterback. See what Booty's doing, multiply it by about 2. They'd probably have that not record, but whatever it is that Devontae Adams and Matt Stafford have right now, like the 15 touchdowns. I honestly think that would be Drake May with DK Metcalf.
So, Keyshawn Booty,
like that guy,
claimed that he was going to be a first-round pick, but went back to school, got hurt, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do you think that he was first-round material ever?
I remember following that draft a little bit, and it was, I don't know about first round, but they were definitely talking about him as like a high second round pick coming out. And it wasn't just an injury. It was an injury and then like how hard does he work? He had been in trouble, blah, 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 blah.
So you and I never got to discuss the Patriots win over Cincinnati. We both cut separate videos that I stitched together and streamed live.
Did you?
I did on Tuesday. It went up on Tuesday. I was in Halifax. We had told the audience we wouldn't be here. Thank you to all two of you that are here right now, making it worth it to be here.
Hell yeah.
Hunter Henry had 7 receptions for 115 yards and a touchdown that game. That was kind of what we were begging for. On top of that, not only did he have 7 catches for 115 yards, Austin Hooper had the second most catches with 3, only for 39. So I would have liked to have seen more yards. But not only is Hunter Henry really involved in the game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 players caught a football from Drake May.
Yeah.
Which I love watching Drake May just spread the ball around the field. I love Stephon Diggs having 2 catches for 20 yards and it not mattering.
Yeah, that to me is impressive how bought in he's been with like that kind of role where it's like, oh yeah, some weeks you're gonna have the 120 and some weeks you're gonna run interference basically the whole time. And he again is okay with it, seems bought in. I don't know if he loves it, but he'll give you the appearance that he likes it.
So what are your overall thoughts about Henry finally getting involved in a game plan? Do you expect the Patriots to carry that going forward, or was that a famous Josh McDaniels plan for the team you're playing?
I think that's a plan for the team you're playing, right? Because this week I wouldn't expect him to catch a ton tonight. I'll be honest with you. Both tight ends are probably going to be in pass protection a lot, or just in protection period, due to some of the offensive line woes. That being said, I like them putting on film again that Hunter Henry is a threat, because I think in a couple of weeks that's going to open up some things and they're going to go, oh shit, we can't let Henry leak out because he'll go 30 yards on us.
So I want to give you a quote, Mike. Last week in the locker room, Mike Vrabel said to his team, "This shit isn't easy, and I want you to understand that. We need everybody in here. If you guys didn't understand that already, you saw that today. And of course, that's against a team you just watched 2 of your teammates go down in a tough win."
Right.
Ben Valend writes, "A noticeable lack of energy for a winning locker room." Is it just time for Ben Valend to kick rocks and go home?
I mean, sure, why not? He is not a friend of the program, number one, as we know. But I mean, first of all, you were down 10, you came back, so clearly there was some energy. Like, they were really worried about their teammates who had been hurt, so I understand being a little deflated. And yeah, they're tired, but that doesn't mean you have no energy. I think they showed the locker room video a little bit later that night than they had, and everybody was like, oh, they didn't have the locker room video. Mike Vrabel didn't go shake everybody's hands, probably because he was running back to check on his guys that went down. And everybody was like, oh, this team's deflated and this is the end. Like, let's relax. Let's relax a little bit.
The team that's on an 8-game winning streak is deflated.
Yeah. Yeah.
It kills me. And listen, we have a podcast every single week. I need to come out here for one solitary show and figure out what we're going to talk about. I am not looking forward to the off season. The off season is the hardest time. You and I are trying to figure out how we're going to do that. Are we going to do it once a week? Are we going to do it once a month? How's it going to work? Because it's tough to come up with content without repeating yourself or without manufacturing a story. So I understand that Ben Valend has to write an article every day for the Boston Globe. I understand that all of the WEEI and the fan guys and all the whatever the radio stations out there, I understand that they need to come out every day and fill 3 or 4 hours of airtime. Right. And then the next show needs to come in and fill 3 or 4 hours of airtime, and you have to generate content. I totally get it. Content is king. I'm going through it right now. We're 29 minutes in the show. I've gone through all our talking points. I'm not prepared to go any further. And now you and I got to figure out how to go through the next 30 minutes. So I totally understand that they need to find their content. But the stretch that the Boston media takes on a day-to-day basis to take down this New England Patriots team just makes me sick, Mike.
Yeah.
Like, get a effing life. Like, go do something else with yourself. Find a happy narrative. Go find every NFL player has a cool story. Why don't you go ask one of them about, saving a kid from a burning building? I'm sure one of them has done it. Like, do something productive with your time rather than having to sit there and manufacture BS on a day-by-day basis.
Yeah, it does. And again, I listen to a lot more of it than you do. It becomes oppressive because I get it, right? Negative spin sells more than positive. But at some point, you're right. Like, let's be honest with ourselves. In fact, he had it friggin' embroidered on his jacket today. Mike Vrabel had no naps embroidered on his jacket because what did he say in the locker room last week? We took a nap. Okay? We took a nap. We're not going to do that again. That's the coach we have here. This is the guy, okay, that coached a team of basically second and third string guys to almost an AFC championship game. Tennessee was decimated that year, and he still had guys playing for him. This is the guy, okay, that's now coaching your team. Could the Patriots lose tonight? Yeah. Could they lose any game the rest of the way? Sure. But I don't think it's going to be for a lack of energy. There's probably going to be mistakes. It happens every week. You see teams that aren't supposed to win. Teams that aren't supposed to lose. That's why you play the effing game. That's why the Carolina Panthers beat the freaking Chargers yesterday. Okay. Or I'm sorry, the Rams, and no one gave them a shot at it. Okay. Where was the money in that game?
Oh, I like a fired up Mike.
Sorry, I feel like I didn't give you enough energy. The coffee's out now, so
Well, yeah, I mean, I served up a couple of things on a platter, and you're just like, yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect. Thank you for being here. Colts fans are blaming the referees for yesterday's loss.
Of course they are. I would too. They got jobbed, but you know what? You still didn't play good. It's like did you watch any of that Commanders game last night?
The Commanders or the Colts?
The Commanders game.
No, I didn't.
So this is kind of a rant. I was going to go on a little bit.
Well, go ahead.
When the play-by-play referee, yeah, let's do this, says multiple times on the broadcast, the crew on the field got it wrong multiple times in multiple games. They need to freaking do something. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, oh, they can't do that, or they can't throw a flag for that during replay because it would lead to like this disastrous effect where I don't care if you see something that's devastating and it happens in game, there should be some kind of repercussion for it. And I don't mean a makeup call, because I don't know. You know me. I have my conspiracy theories about the NFL and their narrative. Like, listen, they're not trying to necessarily rig the entire NFL, but I think it is essentially sometimes their job to go, we don't necessarily need this team in the playoffs.
Well, it's actually been kind of funny that I think they now realize that when the Chiefs aren't winning, they're not the ratings cow,
right,
and that you have to be a winner to get the ratings.
Yeah.
And suddenly they have one game where the referee's just being called fairly. It's like, it's not one-sided. It's just a fairly called game. And
Yeah.
Chiefs fans are flipping out to see a fairly called game. And listen, I'm a New England Patriots fan. If you don't think that I know we benefited from calls from the NFL, that every benefit of the doubt went the Patriots' way, I totally do. Mike, I used to come on here and Patriots would be like, the refs screwed us. I'm like, no, they didn't. No, they didn't. The refs had absolutely zero impact on this game. This was all the Patriots that just played poorly. I don't know, but I do want to put a shout out right now to Kristen Kimmick, friend of the show, one of the only Buffalo Bills fans who is friend of the show. As you know, she is the executive director of the Bills Mafia Babes, and they do a lot of good work for the community. So she shared something, and I want to be able to share it. So go follow her at Kimmick86, at KIMMICK86. She wrote, "Hi everyone, we the Bills Mafia Babes could use some help with an initiative we're working to add the funds we're raising this month for Christian Benford's new charity, 47 Hearts Foundation. We'll be at the Holly and Hops Holiday Market with a gift wrapping station as you exit. Each dollars spent will go directly to the fund being passed to his foundation at the end of the month, where we could use some help. I've attached a link to an Amazon wish list below for the materials used to get it done. If you're able, we'd appreciate it. We're all stronger together. Go Bills. The Bills Mafia Babes do a lot of good stuff for the Buffalo and the surrounding community.
Yeah.
So as much as we hate their football team, we always want to help out, especially Kristen and the rest of the Bills Mafia Babes. So go check her out at Kimmick86 and go help them out with some supplies so that they can help charity.
Buffalo Bills always rallying for their fans, their fans and the team. So yeah, aside from the football, good community up there.
Okay, so where do we want to go here? I'm literally cruising Twitter trying to find content for the show right now. We could call it early and just say thanks. Have a good night, everybody. Here's a fun one. Patriots All-Pro cornerback Christian Gonzalez this season. This is via PFF. You know my feelings on PFF. I always say take it with a grain of salt. But 344 coverage snaps, 54 targets, 26 catches allowed, 5 pass breakups, 45 total tackles, 0 missed tackles. Gonzalez has allowed a reception 7.6% of the time that he is on the field in coverage. 7.6%, Michael.
Yeah, that's good.
That's a pretty good percentage if you're a cornerback.
Yeah.
How important was it for the Patriots that he came back healthy this season and stayed healthy once he was back on the field?
I mean, we've seen it, right? The games where he wasn't involved, they either struggled or lost, and now that he's out there, he hasn't been perfect by any means, but he clearly is a difference maker in the end of that defense. Even if he's not playing great, they're still respecting him enough to the point where they're generally not passing his direction. Now he's let up some passes to some kind of no names the last couple weeks, which is a little frightening. But listen, his iconic play, at least so far this season, to me, is icing one of, I think it's Josh Allen's last plays in that Buffalo game by just basically housing the dude and throwing him on the ground. So,
can we also call upon Patriots fans to make sure that they're going out, they're voting, they're getting on X, using the hashtag. What is the hashtag for it? The hashtag. Come on, Ray. The hashtag Pro Bowl vote, and let's get some Patriots into the Pro Bowl. I mean, I want them to be playing the Super Bowl and not interested in playing the Pro Bowl and just opting out, but let's get Drake May there. Let's get Christian Gonzalez. I think we need to get Harold Landry in the Pro Bowl. I think he deserves to be there.
Just vote him in. Why not? Best fan base, we can do it.
Do you not believe that Landry deserves to be in the Pro Bowl the way he's playing this season?
Who, Harold Landry?
Harold Landry.
2 sacks?
Yeah, but he's doing a lot more. He's very disruptive.
I think if Milton Williams hadn't gotten hurt, he could have been. I don't know about Harold Landry. He's stacked up against some of those pass rushers. Drake May leads, I know, as of today in the Pro Bowl voting that has been cast. Or MVP voting, sorry.
I was going to say, I'll tell you what, with what happened yesterday with the Rams, Drake May is right, because a couple of weeks ago we talked about Drake May being out of the conversation.
Yeah,
he had a bad game. Stafford looked on fire. Mm-hmm. Like, can we now just all acknowledge it's a two horse race?
Yeah. Yep.
It's an absolute 2-horse race, and I think that Drake May have.
If he has a good, listen, if they somehow win out or go against not Miami, if they go against Buffalo and the Ravens, as well as win tonight and win, and he has a good, I'm not even saying great, I'm not saying 6 touchdowns, 300, I'm saying what he's been doing, he's gonna win it, or he should win it.
Do you want to hear a non-football fact that I learned today?
Oh boy.
Did you know that if you hang around cheaters and people who commit infidelity, you are 10 times more likely to cheat on your spouse?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that makes sense. It tests your moral code and
so I heard this on the radio today. And the example they used I thought was really, really great. He's like, it's like, when you go out with your buddies who are drinking, you're like, oh, I'm not going to drink tonight. And then you see everybody drinking, you're like, all right, pass me that
one
bottle.
Drink. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it was interesting. You seemed just as less surprised. Like my wife was not surprised when I told her. It surprised me when I heard that fact.
No, people succumb to peer pressure. They do.
But should there peer pressure to cheat?
Yeah, that's a little extreme, but it still doesn't surprise me. People do a lot behind closed doors when they think nobody's watching.
What do you do, Mike?
Nah, not much. I'm a nerd. I play with Legos and my dog.
I did Lego this week.
Hell yeah.
I built a Donkey Kong set.
Nice.
And now I'm going to build Pluto.
Good stuff.
Have I showed you? I did a Wicked Jurassic Park piece. I got it for Christmas last year. It's long. It's like a big one like this. And it's a T-Rex and it's the Jeep and the Jeep is upside down and it's sick.
I think you sent me a picture of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's baller. So I asked ChatGPT to give me 5 current New England Patriots facts. You want to hear what it gave me?
Oh boy. Yeah.
The Patriots began their life as a franchise in 1959, originally named the Boston Patriots. The first season was 1960. That's the current fact that I asked for.
Gotta love ChatGPT.
You want a hard-hitting fact? This is the first season under head coach Mike Vrabel.
Wow. No way. Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
This is their first winning season since 2021, though. I mean, that's got to be a good fact, right? We haven't discussed that.
That's the Mike Vrabel turnaround. It's been real. It's been good.
All right, Mike. I don't think anybody's going to hate us if we just say.
I mean, the game starts in 10 minutes too. We don't want to.
I think so. Typically, we talk about yesterday's game, but
yeah,
there wasn't yesterday's game, and I didn't want to talk. We could have talked more about the Giants.
Yeah.
But I need to clip this for the next week.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll be a relevant conversation.
Actually, one little thing I will mention, because we didn't really talk about it now that I think about it,
good,
is Cincinnati's defense this week against the Ravens kind of made me feel a little bit better about the Patriots game last week. It looked like they did something with their defense and it held, so the Patriots didn't just have a bad day. It was like, oh, the Bengals have actually fixed something. So that's a little, grain of salt to take away from that game, that I was like, oh, all right, maybe we didn't suck as bad as I thought.
Hey, we didn't suck. We didn't suck. Let's hear it for the Buffalo Bills. Let's hear it for the Kansas City Chiefs season.
Oof. Was Tom Brady ever statistically eliminated from the playoffs when he played?
As a starter? No. He never missed the playoffs.
Oh.
You want to hear what here's the new GOAT argument. This is my argument, actually, my actual argument. You want to hear it?
Ready.
When people ask me who's the GOAT, I say Patrick Mahomes because man, he will forever be immortalized by Chiefs Kingdom for throwing an incomplete pass in the Super Bowl. Dude, there was artists out there who painted that picture of him diving across the field. And I'm like, the ball went 10 feet over his receiver's head and almost got intercepted. Like, you know why it looked like he's the only one who did that? Because no other quarterback is like, I'm just going to dive and throw the ball 10 feet away for no reason.
Can I tell you another one that I really hate? Well, if T4 didn't line up off sides, like if I had one, yeah, he did. And every time, I could name 3 more Super Bowls the Patriots would have if one thing didn't happen.
If they would have called a holding call against Richard Seymour, the Patriots are undefeated.
Yeah. So I don't want
Richard Seymour was held.
I don't want to hear that one. And
Eli Manning had lost progress. He should have been called for a sack. There was 2 separate plays that should have blown the whistle, and Tyree not make that stupid catch.
Yeah.
that turned into the worst catch in Patriots history.
Yeah, I just
Do you hear us whining about it
no,
anymore?
no. Maybe 2 years after the fact we were, but
Yeah, maybe 5 years after the fact, but anymore, it's
no. No, and I still hear, well, D4, like, listen, that is what is that now? That was 2018.
maybe don't get shut out in the first half, and the D4 offside means nothing.
Just
You were lucky to get that interception. You were lucky the Patriots stupidly threw the football the way they did to give an interception. Otherwise, that game's 21-0 in the third quarter.
how about don't let Tom Brady convert 3 third downs in a row?
Why don't you cover Julian Edelman? How about when Julian Edelman's running up the middle of the field, you have somebody cover him? Maybe that could have made a difference.
You know who I respect? Atlanta fans. When's the last time you heard something from Atlanta?
Dude, they just anytime they hear like the 28-3, they're just like, yep.
Yeah.
Because what are they gonna say? Well, if Matt Ryan didn't get sacked and we didn't, choke out Chris Long, we would have won that game.
That's a good one.
Like, you take your lumps like a man. Dude, how many times have I said the Patriots Super Bowl against the Eagles when they lost? How many times have I said to you that's one of the best Super Bowls I ever watched?
When else are you going to have a quarterback throw for 500 yards?
Listen, if I wasn't a Patriots fan, I would have loved that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I loved that Super Bowl until Tom Brady fumbled and the game ended. Nobody talks about that either. Everybody always talks about Malcolm Butler.
Ugh. Have I asked you this before? If you had to give up one Super Bowl to get one back,
Well,
I know which one it would be.
The undefeated season, clearly.
Right. But which one would you give up?
Probably one of the first ones. Not the first one, obviously.
No.
Like, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to give up the Rams Super Bowl. I'm not going to give up the second Rams Super Bowl. I'm not going to give up Seattle because that was the first Super Bowl in 10 years. Actually, but if you give me back 2000, it's still 7-14 is a long time.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, you know what? The Panthers Super Bowl. It was good, but that game really meant nothing to me. Like, you beat Jake Delhomme.
Yeah.
The Eagles, you can't really give up the Eagles Super Bowl. McNabb throwing up in the huddle, T.O. and all that, Andy Reid, Eagles fans crying. Like, you can't really give that one up. The Panthers one, probably.
Yeah, it's tough for me. Because I don't want to give up any of those first three because that's
what made the dynasty. You're right. But how do you give up? Okay, so let me ask you, how do you give up Seattle?
I think if I had to give up one, it would either be Seattle or the second Rams Super Bowl.
But
it would be hard.
But again, Seattle's the Super Bowl that reignited the dynasty.
Right. It's just for the undefeated season, like.
But if you don't have Seattle, the Patriots are going almost 10 years again.
Right.
Between the undefeated season and 16. Now, yes, Brady gets to 5 quicker. Brady gets to 6. It's quick, actually stays the same after that. But Brady gets to 5 quicker. But he gets to 4 quicker. Gets to 5 the same speed. But I don't know. To me, I think I get what you're saying. But I think get to the Super Bowl and lose to the Panthers, get to the Super Bowl and beat the Giants in 07.
Yeah, to me it's tough because Seattle reignited, a fire.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. I want the second Giants Super Bowl.
You want the second one without Moss?
As much as I wanted the perfect season, obviously.
Yeah.
11 was actually 11. Okay, so going into the perfect season Super Bowl, number one, I thought New England was going to win.
Mm-hmm.
So, my fault. Then they lost, and I felt bitter disappointment. Going into the 2011 Super Bowl, I remember being super nervous. The Patriots kind of struggled that season. Yeah. That was Chad Ochocinco, right?
Yeah.
That was
Gronkowski, Ochocinco.
Hernandez, Ocho,
Yeah.
Wes Welker. Well, Wes Welker dropped the football the same way as Asante Samuel missed the easy interception to win the perfect season. Wes Welker dropped the football that would have ended the game. But I think for me, I was nervous going into that Super Bowl, and I wanted the revenge so badly because of the perfect season. Like, I didn't want Eli to best the Patriots 2 years in a, like, twice in a row.
Yeah.
And that one hurt me. And again, Tom Coughlin got the better of Belichick. Like, Coughlin's defense was better than, I guess that would have been Bill O'Brien's offense. And Belichick's defense didn't quite do enough. And even letting them score and them trying not to score, and the Patriots basically with Vince Wilfork dragging, I think it was Bradshaw, into the end zone to make him score the touchdown so the Patriots get it back. And then Gronk missing that ball by a foot.
Because his foot was broken.
You know what I mean? To me, as much as the perfect season was great, I still look at the perfect season and be like, look, we had a perfect regular season.
Yeah.
You can't take that away from the Patriots. You can't take, I don't care if you're like, you got to win the Super Bowl. No, you can't take that away from the Patriots. I want 2011.
That's an interesting take. I'd still take the undefeated season just because
I respect that.
Yeah, just because I know how that kind of stuck in Belichick's craw too, because he was never a fan of Shula, and Shula was never a fan of him.
So I think, did you know that the words that came out of my mouth before that Super Bowl that morning, I looked at my dad, and I had gone on this stretch where my teams were losing in championships. Patriots hadn't been there in 5 years. Germany had lost the Euro Cup. It just been through this stretch where my teams were losing in championships. Yep. And I looked at my dad and said, "Oh, I finally get to see my team win a championship." And then they didn't. But that's how confident I was. The Patriots were going to win that game. They should have. Yes. But that's how confident I was that the Patriots going to win. I think that's why I won 11, because the undefeated season was I was so shocked that I really didn't know how to process how that game ended. 2011, I was amped up going into that game. I wanted the revenge, and then the Patriots didn't get it.
Yeah, that's a good point if you look at it that way. I just look at not that this franchise or this team needs that record to be immortalized.
Can I paraphrase for you, or can I guess and tell me if I'm right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from my personal feelings in the moment. You're looking at it so you could sit here right now and say the Patriots are the only 19-0 team ever in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's it for me. And I was younger. I just remember both of those. Again, and you use this as a great way to put it for your kids. Now, obviously, I'm not as young as them, but to me, the Patriots got beat in the yearly Patriots Super Bowl Invitational. They can't lose in their game, and that's why it was such a letdown to me. We don't get here to lose.
I'm pretty sure that my daughter was 15 or 14 years old the first time the Patriots didn't go to the AFC Championship game,
and she didn't know. It was didn't get it right.
Yeah, it was her birthright at that point.
Yeah,
that the Patriots go to the AFC Championship game. I have a picture of her and I. She's 6 months old in a Patriots cheerleading outfit, and I'm in my Patriots gear with my shitty hat, and I'm 20 years old.
Yeah,
and we're watching the Patriots Chargers AFC Championship game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it was the AFC Championship game. Maybe it wasn't. No, it was when they lost to the Colts in the AFC Championship game. So they beat them in the divisional round. They beat the Chargers in the divisional round. Yeah. But my kid was 14 years old when they didn't go to the AFC Championship game for the first time. That's how just dominant the Patriots were at that period.
Yeah, and then I remember later on too when we started losing to Denver perennially when Peyton got there and that defense was awesome. That I was just how does this happen? We don't lose this.
Let me ask something. If there was any loss outside of a Super Bowl loss, any loss that you could get back, what would it be?
Oh, that's tough. That's really tough. Yikes. I don't know. That's a good one. Probably one of the AFC championships in Denver.
I'm going to say, you want to hear it for real?
Sure.
Kansas City Chiefs loss in 2019 regular season.
Is that the first game? No.
When N'Keal Harry, wasn't a playoff game.
Oh, yep.
When N'Keal Harry scored a touchdown, they called him out of bounds. Belichick had already lost 2 challenges.
Yeah.
And couldn't challenge the foot. I think that loss changed the whole season for New England. Because that Miami game, if they win against the Chiefs, means nothing when Fitzpatrick takes the bye and home field advantage. Instead of having the bye, the Patriots have to host Tennessee.
And Mike Vrabel knows how to beat Belichick.
Correct. But I think if you play the Patriots at Gillette Stadium in the divisional round and not the wild card round.
Yeah. It's a
or
big
no,
difference.
Was it? No, I think in the. No, because it would have been the. Yeah, anyways.
They would have been the 1 seed. They
lost the 1 seed and ended up having to play Tennessee. They could have played Tennessee in the AFC Championship game. Sorry. I think to me, that's what changed everything for me.
Yeah.
That loss to Kansas City was more devastating than the Dolphins loss to lose it, because I think that win, Mahomes finally beat Brady.
Yep.
And that was sort of the launch into the current Kansas City Chiefs dynasty, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, is dead. If you don't make the playoffs, you can start a new dynasty.
Right. 2.0.
But this current dynasty is dead. I consider the Patriots dynasty 20 years long because they went to 2 Super Bowls in between, went to the AFC Championship game almost every year in between their Super Bowl wins.
Now, if Kansas City went again, would you be willing to say, like, oh, then you can bridge it? But as of now, like,
you're in a second dynasty.
Okay.
You can't miss the playoffs and continue the dynasty. The dynasty dies the year you miss the playoffs. The Patriots dynasty died in 2020.
Yeah.
When Tom Brady left and Cam Newton fumbled in Buffalo. If the Patriots would have went to the playoffs and then drafted Mac Jones and went to the playoffs, Bill Belichick may still be the coach for the Patriots right now.
He might. I was having this debate with somebody yesterday about, if you think about the way they let Belichick go, just as far as wins and losses, and I know there was more than that, but let's stick on this topic. He really only had 2 losing seasons. Yeah. I'm not going to really consider 7-9 and then 4-13.
Yeah.
So you had 2 losing seasons and you fired a guy. Again, I know there's more and we've been over it.
Yeah, we don't need to go to revise history. But yeah, no, you're 100% right. And I think that if they make the playoffs with Cam Newton that first year, it totally changes the trajectory of New England. Now, was it for the better? Yes, because now they have Drake May. I don't think they have Drake May if they go to the playoffs against that. But I believe, to me, the Patriots dynasty was pretty much put on life support after losing to Kansas City in some random week 12 game or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But that changed the whole outlook of the season for them.
That might have changed the outlook. I don't know about how much, but could you argue the whole semantics around, N'Keal Harry gets going? Is Tom Brady trusts him a little bit more? Probably not, but who knows?
If they win, if they go to the AFC Championship game, minimum, does Brady leave the Patriots?
Then there's that question.
Right? That one more game can mean everything.
Yeah.
Or nothing, all at the same time.
I mean, what was it the year before, right? They were declared dead and buried. right? And we
Yeah.
saw that things lined up. So does that change the alignment of everything perfectly? Let's say they get to the Super Bowl. I don't know who was out of the NFC.
San Francisco. It could have been Brady versus Garoppolo in the Super Bowl.
Oh, geez, that.
Think of the headline.
See, I don't. Okay, and if you put it that way, I don't think Kyle Shanahan could have said a loud enough prayer to win that game. I think Brady, Belichick, and McDaniels would have found a way to win that game.
No, I agree. All right. Game starts in 10 minutes. We've killed the hour, Mike.
We did it.
Way to go, buddy. That's all you. That was you. Let's have a big hand for Mike. Come on. Dug deep and he found the content. That's what we needed. We will be back next week. Travel season is over for me until January.
Nice.
So we know we're good for December, at least for the rest of the regular season. And I doubt I'll be going anywhere January 4th. So we can talk then when the Patriots play. Yeah, Patriots, Giants should be a good game tonight. Must win for New England. We'll be back next week. Mike, tell me about those Patriots.
They're gonna be legit, kid.
Dear Pats Nation, it's just about time. Yeah, we're back. You know it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Yeah, yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation, nation, nation. Come on, yeah, it's Dear Pats Nation. And the show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.